Would you know what to do if you were stopped by police?
Would you?
Would you?
Would you?
I am Hannah Richard. I'm the co-creator of Relax, Respect, Respond project with Brenda Rosenberg.
I'm Officer John Julian, and I'm the School Resource Officer with the Troy Police Department. And recently I was approached by Hannah, one of the students at the local high schools, for a project for the Girl Scouts called the Gold Star Award. And that was Relax, Respect, Respond, which is a program that she created to create awareness about what to do when you're pulled over by the police.
Find a safe place to pull over.
Use your blinker and pull over to the right side of the road.
Put your car in park. Do not move until the officer gives you directions.
Keep your hands on the wheel and follow directives.
Hello, I'm Officer John Julian with the Troy Police Department, and today I'll be talking to you about traffic stop protocols. The officer will let you know why you were stopped. The officer will explain the citation if you are issued one, such as any court dates or phone numbers that you need to call to take care of the citation. If the driver is being uncooperative, such as not producing the driver's license, which is required by law, the police officer may remove you from the vehicle. The police officer will identify themselves by name and badge number if asked. Keep in mind, when you are pulled over, it can be a nervous experience for you as a motorist. Also keep in mind that as a police officer, we need to remain cautious because we don't know who is in the vehicle. The police officer will ask for your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. If you produce all three of those things, the worst that will happen is you may get a ticket. In the best case, you may get a warning. Either way, if you do not agree with why you're stopped, you comply first and you can always make a complaint later.
Well, I would have thought that when I pulled over, I don't really know what it was like being pulled over. I probably wouldn't have even noticed that I was being pulled over. And once I finally realized, I think I would have still pulled over to the right side of the road, but I think the first instinct would have been to reach over to my glove box and grab out my insurance and registration and license instead of waiting for the police officer to come up and tell me what to do.
Oftentimes, the driver educators don't teach you things regarding what you do when you get stopped by police, or the right way to talk to a police, or how to address a police officer. It's a topic that has been undermined in recent years. It was a great time to be addressed, and I'm glad it was addressed.
The night or a few days before I was going to get my license, I was going to take the test, and it was, before that, and they asked me just to see if, I still have all the skills, if I was going to pass the test and everything. And they asked, Hannah, what would you do when you get pulled over by law enforcement? And I said I would go into my glove compartment to reach for my papers. And that caught my parents surprised. They were so shocked, and they thought that I was told, no, you don't do that. You keep your hands on the wheels. They instantly got worried. And it just made me realize that it was never taught in schools where drivers add, and it can really escalate or make the situation a lot scarier if you don't know. So it just turned in from a simple conversation to make sure that, I was going to be safe and everything on the road and pass a test too, something that needed to be done and was going to make a whole project and program.
We didn't really learn a lot about it in driver's training. Some of it I had learned from my parents, such as pulling over to the right side of the road, but I had never learned about protocol involving what you should actually do once you've pulled over.
Put your car in park and roll down your driver's side window. Do not move until the police officer gives you directions. Keep your hands on the steering wheel and follow the police officer's directions. You'll want to let the police officer know where you need to get your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance. If the driver or passenger is a concealed pistol license holder or CPL holder, the police officer must be notified immediately that there's a weapon in the car. Any person, driver, or passengers can be asked to step out of the car.
So this is the decal that we created. It says police and community with the 3 R's at the bottom: relax, respect, respond. And this is a way for officers and students or residents in Troy to have a mutual understanding when they're pulled over, so they know what to do. It just creates that mutual understanding for both sides, because the officer knows what this means and the driver also knows what this means because they have it. It's on this pouch wallet so that you can keep your registration and license on, and it's just an easy, quick way to have this on your phone with you.
So this is a handout of the program Relax, Respect, Respond, and it keeps it simple. 7 points to remember what to do as a motorist, and 4 things to keep in mind that the police officer will ask you. Again, it sets that expectation. And you can find these, or you will be able to find these, hopefully, at driver's training centers, in schools, at the Secretary of State. Anywhere that you're going to go that has to do with driving a car, we would like to see these there, because then it's easy to understand what you need to know.
I think it's a great project, and it shows and it can help generations like mine who are uneducated on what to do when stopped by police.
I think it will help immensely. Again, as a school resource officer, I always look for opportunities to inform and educate not just the students, but people in general. Hannah approached me, again, as a school police officer because she needed some assistance, and I'm always happy to provide that. I was very excited to hear what her project was about, because you have this young person that is taking the initiative to create awareness for other young people, but the community as a whole. It's amazing, and I'm very proud, and I'm very I feel privileged to be asked to be a part of this project.
This is something that needs to be done, and I just hope that this is not only done in my community, but other communities across my state, across my country. I could do so much more, and I can help so many more people if they knew what to do, and it just made it, again, very real to see how this will help, and you can see the changes as it's happening.